the way I operated in the classroom changed because of the way my lifestyle changed. Lifestyle, as they call it. You know, who I went home to that night. Going back on the job post-transition was very interesting because I'd come across former students and they wouldn't recognize me and I wouldn't say a word. And that was very sad to me. It's like, I'm a math teacher. But when you bring in the statistics like, you know, 29% of kids, you know, LGBT kids are, you know, either threatening suicide or attempting suicide. They're 3 times more likely. When you throw one stat at a kid that has something to do with something, it hits here. And when I can't talk about that stuff in the classroom because I feel like I'm not supposed to, I can't reach those kids where it really matters. And the ones who are on the edge, I want to reach the lost and found kids. The kids who are out on the street already because things ain't working out. I want to reach the kids who haven't gotten to that place, so they're not at that place. I know there's a lot of cutting. There's a lot of drug and alcohol abuse in the community. I want to cut that down.
Students, every probably 10 days or so, a sad student would darken my door and come in and look for a person to come out to, you know. And I became the most visible person on my staff, you know, as a GSA advisor and as a peer person. And so I worked with a lot of kids who were silently really struggling. And when you're experiencing the kind of struggle that you face with homophobia and in a school at a very formative age, it really removes you from focusing on your education. And so I think the goal ultimately of Pride School is to not put the main focus on LGBT identities, but to remove the barriers that society has imposed on students who have those identities and really clear up that room so that they can focus on academics and we can close some of those opportunity gaps that students are currently facing. So that's kind of my vision of Pride School is it's an act of social justice to educate people.
As far as academics go, I think it's pretty clear that, you know, starting as a full-time school within this particular time range isn't what we're set up to do. This is a visioning process. But starting as a soft opening, where we're a resource and we offer tutorial and resources, you know, and broaden our net and connect with the community is really an option. And it could be a possible option for students who are currently not enrolled in school. We know that a lot of our LGBT students drop out of high school and need someone to pull them back in. And sometimes that takes a conventional approach that is available, and sometimes it takes an unconventional approach, which we're putting together. And so what we really would like to see happen is create a plan, extend our relationships with community, and start with a soft opening and build from there.
And I got told recently that it's too personal for you to be out on the job, and for me to be out on the job. It's one thing to be an out person in the community, it's another thing to be an out person as a professional. And I said, well, my dream school is to be in a school where I can take my full self and show up and be the best teacher, the best mentor, the best space creator for students. Because when they walk in and they see themselves, they get to be themselves 100%.